Hello, yes, welcome to my 6 favorite movies. These movies, I all love. All of these are fantastic, and I just love them. So yeah, they're also not in any particular order, and that's just because I couldn't rank them. I mean, probably I could, but yeah. But like all of these to me, they're all just fantastic, and I love them so much. Anyway, the first one, the one that most people are going to say, really? This is one of your favorites? Really? Is Stranger Than Fiction. I love this movie so much. It's great. It's one of the most unique movies I've ever seen, and it's mostly because of the plot. And the plot it's a simple plot, but it's done elegantly. Basically, this guy, Harold Crick, who's played by Will Ferrell, is going through his life, normal day, normal guy, when all of a sudden he hears this voice narrating his life, and he's like, what? Huh? What the heck is going on? And he's trying to go through his day. He's trying to go through his life, trying to ignore it, being like, this is fine, this is fine, this is fine. When actually, it's not fine. And then, as he's going to work, or actually no. And then when he's leaving his work, he hears the narrator say this. It's the small innocuous no. It was little did he know the small innocuous action would lead to his inevitable death. And it's like, what? What? Excuse me? And the whole movie is just him trying to figure out what's going on, and he's just like, and it's just an awesome movie because of that. And it's not a funny comedy, but it's still got some very funny jokes. And you're like, it was a funny movie. I like it. And it's story that carries it, not the jokes. And yeah, it's just a great movie with a good ending. A man who doesn't know he's gonna die, who then dies, is boring. A man who knows he's going to die and faces his death voluntarily, that's the man you want to live. And yeah, that is paraphrased from the movie because yeah, but it's one of the last things of the movie. And it's one of the things it, it's just a really good movie. I really like it. Yeah, you could probably tell I don't have a script, but that's besides the point. I really, really like this movie. This is a fantastic movie. Anyway, this is the one that's most by nostalgia. I'm not gonna lie. This is a very nostalgic movie to me. The Incredibles, but it's pardon the pun, but it's pretty incredible. And yeah, when I was constructing this list, like I don't know, like a month or two ago, I kind of felt guilty putting The Incredibles 1 on here because I was like, I'm just putting this on here because it's nostalgia. But then, like a few weeks ago, I rewatched it and I was like, no, dude, it deserves to be on this list. It deserves to be on the list. It's a great movie. And yeah, I really liked this movie as a child. It it was one of my favorites. And like I don't think little me realizes just how crazy the story is. I was just like, "Oh, he go fast. Oh." My one complaint is that the CGI it's a bit dated, but but I'm saying it looks a bit dated. And this movie came out in 2004. It came out 15 years ago. How Pixar? What magic did you use? And the thing about the story, it's pretty crazy. Some of the things that like happen, I never picked up with, or I never really I wasn't really smelling, or I, I didn't really understand what was going on with the movie. I was just kind of watching it because, ooh, colors. Oh, yeah. Uh, Actually. But a lot of stuff is going on. This is a really good movie. I really like it. Yeah, the story, it's great. And Yeah, it's not exclusively for kids, like Minions. But that's besides the point. And Dash, I love Dash. That scene where he's in the jungle and he's running real fast, and they're all like, and all the bad guys are trying to hit him. And he's just going fast, and then he's running on water. That part always makes me giggle. It gives me like, oh, he's running on the water. It's just, I just like it because of that. Yeah. Uh. Yeah. Yeah, I just really like The Incredibles. It's a fun action movie. I like it. Highly recommend. It deserves to be on this list. Next movie, The Truman Show. Yeah. And for a while, if people asked me, "Hey, what's your favorite movie?" I would just say The Truman Show because The Truman Show is fantastic. But again, I can't just have one favorite movie. I just can't. That's why I have six. And I haven't I actually have not seen this one in ages because they frickin' took it off of Netflix. Why do they always do this? Why whenever I want to watch a movie? How come whenever there's a movie that I really like, and it's just like, ooh, that movie I saw a while ago, I want to rewatch that movie. That movie was really good. And then I'm like, ooh, search up Moneyball because I want to rewatch Moneyball. Oops, it's no longer here. Oops. Sorry. But it's again one of the most unique movies I've seen. If you don't know what it is, how? But it's about a guy whose entire life has been filmed on TV. But he doesn't really know that. He doesn't understand. And the movie is about him realizing, oh, my life is a lie. But it's just awesome. And the who you talking to scene, it's one of my favorites. It's one of my favorite scenes in any movie ever because it's just so full of emotion. Just everything about it. It's just the wife going like, check out this peeler. It can peel stuff really good. And then Truman just looks at her. He looks around. He's just like, who are you talking to? Who are you talking to? It's just an awesome movie. And Slide Man, what are you doing there, buddy? But I don't have as much to say about it because I haven't seen it in ages. But I love the movie so much because it's just that good. Now for the bloodiest, Django Unchained. Ooh baby, I love it. I love this movie so much. I love it. This is one of the best movies I've seen. Where do I even begin? It's just awesome. Django, have you always been alone? It's just an awesome movie. The acting is great. And yeah, my one complaint, they just they just say the N word way too much. Like it's kind of uncomfortable at times because you're just like, ooh, stop saying it, please, stop. I don't want this. But the music, I love it. It's so good. I love it, and it's just those scenes where the music comes together. You're just like, ooh, movie, fun movie. I love the movie. Ooh. It's just a great movie. So many classic scenes. So many cool lines. Just D'Artagnan, mother. Yeah, you know that part. I love it. I love it. And next movie, and again, The Buffer. I really can't think of anything else to say except just the characters are so cool, and Schultz is one of my favorite characters in any movie because he's got a silver tongue, baby. He shot a guy out in the middle of the street like a dog, and he frickin' got away with it. Like, that's what I like about this movie. It's that stuff. Anyway, here are some honorable mentions because like these may be my six favorite movies, but I've seen a lot of movies, and I love a lot of movies. Doom 2005. Now this is probably the most generic action movie I've ever seen, and I love it. I would be lying if I said that this is not one of the most entertaining movies I've ever seen. This is such an entertaining movie. Everything about it, you're just like, oh, he shoot a gun, oh, and it's also got a very, 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 very weak a connection to the Doom series, because there are only two links, the UAC and the BFG. Take those out, it's no longer Doom. But, dog, this movie's just entertaining as hell, dude. I love this movie. There Will Be Blood. This is one of the longest movies and one of the slowest, but dude, it's awesome. It is awesome. It's crazy. It's got one of my favorite lines in any movie ever. Just, I drink your milkshake. I drink it up! Like, that line, out of context, it sounds silly. If you watch the clip and you don't have the context, you'd think, oh, this is a comedy. But in context, it's terrifying. Drainage! Probably clip the mic super hard. But it's just a thing that I like. It's just a good movie. It's long as hell, though. The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly. Now, this is the longest movie I've seen. It's awesome. Just, it's so good. But it's also super long. I gotta say that. But, like, the last hour and a half, like, when they all leave the prison, from that part to the end, mwah, it's fantastic, and I love it. Total Recall. This is probably my favorite Arnold Schwarzenegger movie, but I haven't seen Terminator 2 in a long time, so I can't really say that. I know that I like this one more than Terminator 1, but Total Recall, dude, this is just an awesome movie. It keeps you guessing, and it's just entertaining, dude. I love it. Pirates of the Caribbean at World's End. This movie, again, I love it. It's got such a ridiculous final fight, but it's so good. It's so awesome. Just, part of the ship, part of the crew. And just Davy Jones. I love him. Like, literally any of the first three Pirates movies, they could be on here, but this one's my favorite. Just, one of my favorite lines from the entire series is just that's gotta be the best pirate I've ever seen. So it would seem. The Hateful Eight. It's a murder mystery. You could probably tell. I kind of like Quentin Tarantino. This one I like. It's long, it's slow, but dude, it's just a freaking murder mystery. And I like it. I like it a lot. It's so good. It's so good. And The Waterboy. This is my favorite sport ball movie. It's hilarious. I love him. I love this movie. It's just great. Adam Sandler is funny in it, and I like it. Anyway, okay, that's enough honorable mentions. Now for the real final two. These ones are the ones that I consider to be the best of the list, but I still consider every movie on this list to be my favorite. Anyway, Pulp Fiction. Dude, this movie's so good. It's so good. It's so good. I love it so much. So many quotes. Like, whose motorcycle is this? It's not a motorcycle, baby. It's a chopper. Whose chopper is this? It's Zed's. Who's Zed? Zed's dead, baby. Zed's dead. Or, That's my second favorite quote from the movie, but it's just awesome. It's a fantastic movie, yeah. But here's my favorite. This is my favorite quote from the movie. Ezekiel 25:17. The path of the righteous man is beset on all sides by the iniquities of the selfish and the tyranny of evil men. Blessed is he who in the name of charity and goodwill shepherds the weak through the valley of darkness. For he is truly his brother's keeper and the finder of lost children. And I will strike down upon thee with great vengeance and furious anger at those who attempt to poison and destroy my brothers. And you will know I am the Lord when I lay my vengeance upon you. Like that's just awesome. Yeah. And the weakest part of the movie, I still consider to be a solid 8 out of 10. And the weakest part for me is the part with Mia and Vincent. It's still great, but it's just kind of... You can't see it, but I'm kind of motioning my hands, kind of just... It's the weakest part of the movie. Every other part of that is great. There's so much to love about the movie. I love it. I love it. I love it. My favorite parts of the movie are the Golden Watch part and the Bonnie situation. Those two, dog, that's just awesome. Yeah. I could just go on for hours talking about every little thing about the movie and how it all connects. How you could see Vincent at the start of the movie. How just how the movie is about redemption and how most of the characters get an option to leave, and they all have different things. Like let's take Butch in the Golden Watch scene. He can leave. He can leave Marcellus Wallace to his fate, but he doesn't. He saves Marcellus Wallace. Jules, no, Jules last. Vincent, he sees what Jules sees. They get a miracle, and Jules sees that it's a miracle, and he decides to leave. Vincent, he's just like, we got lucky. I've seen that happen before. And you know what happens? You know what happens to Vincent? He dies. It's just an awesome movie. Anyway, now for the final movie, the movie that I consider to be one of the best ever made. Literally, every part of this movie is fantastic. The acting, the music, the action, the villain. It's one of the best movies ever made. What? Where? Who did this? Where's the slide guy? He's fired. Well, if you want something done right, do it yourself. Someone probably said that. Anyway. It's The Dark Knight, baby. I love this movie. This movie's great. I love it. But you know what? Writing with a mouse, it's really hard. So I'm just gonna say everything on here because I don't want to write with a mouse. Anyway, where to begin with The Dark Knight? Well, let's start with my favorite line. My favorite line in the movie is at the end where Batman is talking to Commissioner Gordon and he's like, I gotta get in there. I need 5 minutes along with them. And Commissioner Gordon's like, no, we can't. Dent's in there. We have to save Dent. I have to save Dent. Like that line. So much emotion. But the other favorite line is, I'm not wearing hockey pads. Well, that actually kind of hurt my throat, but that stuff, even, it's so good. The only part of the movie that I even think that I don't love is the part with the fingerprint, but that's so nothing. It shows that Batman doesn't need to be there for Joker's plan to work. It's such a good movie. I love it so much. Like the action and the Joker, Heath Ledger. Dude, Heath Ledger was amazing in it, and it sucks that he died because he was just he's a great actor. Just every scene with the Joker, classic. And the thing is, the Joker frickin' won. He won in the movie. But it's still a fantastic movie. It's a movie where the villain wins, except I don't hate that. Take notes, knock, knock. But that's besides the point. And the action, the score. I love The Dark Knight. I could literally, like, with Pulp Fiction, I could talk about it for hours. For this one, I think that I could talk about it for days. Because every single scene in it is great. The boat scene, every actor there is fantastic. That part where the big black guy shows up to the prison warden and he's like, give me the detonator. I'll do what you should have done 20 minutes ago. And then the warden gives him the thing and he's like, you can tell him that I pried it from your hands. He takes it and he chucks it out the window and he sits down. Like that scene, or on the other boat where the civilian guy's like, fine, I guess none of you guys wanna get your hands dirty. Fine, I'll just do it myself. So he grabs the detonator, and his hands are shaking, and he's so sweaty, and he's just like, no, no, I won't do it. And he just sets it down, and he's like that part. Oh, and then just also with Harvey Dent. Harvey Dent's story, mwah. And the CGI. The CGI. How do they make it look so good? How do they make it look so good? I don't know. It looks too good. Magic, witchcraft. But that's besides the point. Like just every part of it is just so good. Morgan Freeman, he's also great in it. Christian Bale, I love him. Every single part of it. Mwah. The first heist part of it. That part is beautiful. I love it. And that part where at the end where the one guy's like, I figured that the Joker told me that to kill everyone, or yeah, less shares. I figured that once we loaded them on, you were gonna kill me, and then the Joker's just like, no, I was gonna, I am supposed to shoot the bus driver. And the bus driver comes in, and it's just like, it's such a good movie. Every scene of it, mwah. And that score. Oh, that score. That is one of the best scores in any movie I've ever seen. The Dark Knight, to me, is probably the closest thing that we will get to a perfect movie. I love this movie so much. Every part of it, I just love. The fact that there's a canonical reason for Batman to get an upgraded suit. It's... yeah, just... You want to know how I got these scars? Just... it's such a good movie. It's one of the best... It's probably the best movie I've ever seen or will ever see. It is beautiful. I love it so much. And, yeah. Thanks for watching. Sub, please. Bye.